You don't compete with a force. You just get out the way. Your power's begging you to play. Begging you to play. Begging you to play.
Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Am a Lot. I am here with one of my dreamy clients, Ashley Yancy. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about her before we dive in. Ashley is a board-certified adult gerontology nurse practitioner, wellness educator, entrepreneur, and founder of the Sover Society, which is a luxury wellness brand helping women reclaim authority over their body, mindset, and lifestyle. After losing more than 60 pounds herself and maintaining it for nearly a decade, Ashley realized the biggest obstacle to lasting transformation was not the lack of motivation. It was a lack of education and sustainable structure. Today, she teaches women how to stop restarting, to ditch diet culture, and to build a lifestyle they can confidently maintain for life. Known for translating complex health and nutrition science into practical real-life strategies, Ashley blends evidence-based medicine with whole food nutrition, strength training, behavior change, and mindset coaching. And I am so excited to bring you guys her on this podcast. Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, of course. That was a great introduction. I'm like, that's me.
That is you, boo. For anybody who's never followed her on social media, I think Ashley is so funny. I love watching all of her TikToks and her Instagram. She's so educational. She makes everything so simple. And also she is a complete badass. We did a brand shoot together not that long ago. And I literally kept saying I felt like I was shooting Missy Elliott because it was just like a hip hop brand shoot. And I want more people to have fun with their stuff. So thank you so much for being willing to come on the Am a Lot podcast. I want to kind of give you the space to talk about what about your lived experience and background made you want to be a force in the weight loss world? Like, how did your own story lead you to the business you have now? What made you want to have this as your career? Tell us all the things.
So I started out working in a nursing home, and I took care of a bunch of people that could not take care of themselves. So they cannot walk on their own. They cannot shower. They cannot shower or wash their back on their own. Some people need help with feeding, and it all stemmed from chronic conditions. So things like diabetes, high blood pressure. They ended up having strokes, having like heart issues and stuff like that. And you just need help, and you don't realize how debilitating and how, I won't say useless you feel, but just like out of control you feel until you get to that point. And every person that I have taken care of has always said, if I would have known better, I would have done better. So I was like, okay, I can create a business around that because I have the education in chronic health management. I know how to prescribe, and I can get people at a younger age to pretty much help them understand that like what you're doing now is going to shape your future. So I just help people understand that you can still live your life, have fun, be healthy. But at the end, when you're 60 years old, your 70-year-old self, 80-year-old self is going to thank you for taking care of yourself in your 30s. So that's kind of how I came about that.
Damn right. So you said you lost 60 pounds and you've kept it off for a decade. What got you to the point where you're like, I've got to make a change? Because I feel like everybody has like a moment where it's like, all right, what I'm doing now is not how I want to live the rest of my life.
I will say the final moment, I was in Kroger one day and I was making a salad because I'm like, okay, I'm going to be able to lose weight. I can do this. Like, let's go to Kroger and get a salad. Because when Kroger had their salad bar still, and I'm like, I can go make a salad for dinner. I'm not going to get McDonald's. So I felt like I was doing something. So I got to Kroger and this lady asked me, was I pregnant? I was not pregnant. I was just fat and chubby. But I was like, dang, she thinks I'm pregnant. And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like,
oh my God.
Okay, yeah, we're going there. I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm just fat. And she was like, no, you're not fat. I'm like, well, you wouldn't have asked me that if you didn't think, A, I was pregnant, or B, I was fat. So I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat. And at that moment, I'm like, I signed up for Planet Fitness and I'm just like, bitch, I'll figure it out. Like, at this point, like, you cannot walk around and people cannot think you're pregnant. You're not pregnant. That's not cute. So at that moment, I just was like, it was February 6th. I think it was a Tuesday. I signed up for Planet Fitness. And then from there, I just was like, I will figure it out. It took me about 9 months to really understand it. But then once I got there, I'm like, I could really help people that are confused like me start without all the guesswork and stuff. They can just start and focus on them. And that's what I do. So,
because there is so much, like, there's all these different diets. There's all these different exercise plans. There's so many different, like, oh, you should only do this. No, you shouldn't do that at all. You should only do this. And it is very confusing, I think, for a lot of people. And a lot of it is, I think, built not necessarily around medical sound advice. I'm sure you have
No,
thoughts
it's
on
not.
that.
I do. It's not, it isn't. And I mean, and like, I don't really diet. I just eat mostly whole foods. I watch how much I eat. So if I'm not active, you don't need as much. If you are active and working out and walking, you need more to fuel your body. It's that simple. But a lot of people have confused it. And it's like, well, I can do fasting. I can do a liquid diet. I can do keto, which you can get results with anything as long as you're consistent. But for me, I have to have carbs. I like potatoes. I like rice. I'm going to eat that stuff. So I find a way to build it in, still hit my numbers, and then keep my weight under control. So, and I don't do a lot. I'm very bare minimum.
But I think that's what's so cool, though, is that you've done the bare minimum and had such sustainable and also significant results. I think that, I mean, I would argue probably is the same is true of anything. If you're consistent with anything, whether it's in diet or business, like you will get results if you're consistent
Exactly.
with anything.
Exactly. I 100% agree. So yeah, you just have to be consistent, which sucks, but it just takes time. That's why I'm long-term weight loss. I'm not like quick fix. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I've always resonated with anything that is more about like, okay, what is a like a lifestyle change? Always had a lot of food issues and like food
hmm
allergies, different things. And so like I started realizing that high fructose corn syrup was like a trigger for my migraines back in like 2014.
hmm
And I was like, okay, well, I could give up anything that has that in it. Or I could have like just a little bit and I could have like cheat days. And I was like, no, if I'm going to give it up, I'm going to give it up totally. Like, is it something
hmm
that is this a change I'm willing to make for the rest of my life? And I guess it's now been 12 and a half years, I have had one sip of McDonald's Coke because I was craving it and I was immediately like, this was a bad decision. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like those are the decisions that a lot of people are scared to make is it's like, oh, you're telling me this is how I'm gonna have to eat for the rest of my life. There is no quick fix. And it's like, unfortunately,
hmm
almost anything, there is no quick fix. It's never
Yeah.
just even with the weight loss shots and stuff,
Exactly.
you get results from it, but in some capacity, if you don't change the way you
Yep.
live, you're gonna go back to what you were if you stop the shots.
And that was my whole thing when I had my med spa. I prescribed medications, but when they came in, they knew for a fact that they had to do a natural portion as well as the injections. If they were not willing to do that, I turned them away at the door. And I genuinely did turn people away. I lost a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I can't work with people with that mindset. You have to do something natural. Like, if not, you're going to come off your meds, probably gain more weight than you were before. That messes up your mindset. It just messes up everything. So, yes, natural is always the best way.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with maybe needing some other things,
Yeah, no
but
problem with having support, but that's just a little piece of the pie.
yeah, you gotta commit to stuff. And I mean, I could go on a whole tangent about how I feel like
Man, yeah, that's why I'm like, don't get me started on GLP-1.
I feel like though it's like a societal problem. Like we as a society don't really want to commit to things. We want to look for what's easy.
Instant, yeah.
Instant. And I think with AI and the way the world and the internet, it's like everyone's selling their own little quick fixes and stuff. And, like,
hmm
just this morning scrolling for like 5 minutes on TikTok, I was hit with like, take this, whatever it was, some liquid thing that will make you, not feel hungry. And it's like everyone's constantly selling you bullshit. And it's like, no, it's never going to be that easy. If it was that easy, we'd all be skinny. We'd all be rich.
And too, like, it's okay to be hungry. Like, that's a normal thing. Like, we could be hungry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about is that you and I actually share a philosophy that we have never talked about together, but I've seen you post about it on social media, and it's that like 5 minute rule. I think
Yes.
I have felt that way my whole life. If anything, but I think specifically around movement, it's like, well, I don't want to dedicate 20 minutes to it. I don't have an hour to go and work out. It's like, okay, do you have 5 minutes? And it's like,
hmm
I think most of us, we have 5 minutes for anything. It's like, oh, I've got all these emails I need to do. Okay, well, what can you do in 5 minutes?
hmm
And oftentimes that 5 minutes will very quickly turn into 15 or 20, or
Absolutely.
maybe it is just 5 minutes. And if nothing else, you did 5 minutes more than you would have done if you hadn't done it. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yes, absolutely. So the 5 minute minimum rule is what I created. I know a lot of people follow that, but if you give yourself 5 minutes, typically your mind and your body will take over after that and you can push through. I've gotten some of my greatest workouts in because I didn't feel like doing it. So when I get up and start and just do it for 5 minutes, either like you said, you do it for 5 minutes and like, okay, whatever, I really am tired. Let me just prioritize rest and stop and just rest for the day. But 9 times out of 10, I end up doing a full 30-minute, 45-minute workout or a walk because I just started for 5 minutes. So just get up out the bed, get going, get started. That 5 minutes usually turns into like 30 or 40 minutes.
Yep. Yep. I had a nutritionist one time tell me, it was like, if you can if I walk 5 minutes, but walk away from your house. And because at least at the bare minimum, you're gonna have to do 5 minutes back. And I was
Right.
like,
That's right. Yeah.
it is one of those like really simple stuff. I think that oftentimes we make things so complicated.
Definitely. Yeah. Cause it's like, well, I don't have a full 45 minutes. Okay. Do 5 minutes, do 10 minutes, do
Yep.
something.
Or like I think there was a post you made about like, if you've got kids or something, like working out doesn't have to be I go to a gym
Mhm.
and dedicate. It's
Turn on some
anything
music and
movement.
jump around with them.
Jumping is
Easy.
a lot of work, yo.
Man. Oh, dance.
Oh my God. I had a photo shoot recently where a client was like, yeah, I want to like do this like trampoline thing she'd seen on social media. You and I had talked about the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So I like got it to like kind of practice of like what kind of movements would look good. I was like, dude, trampolines are they're
Yeah.
not for the weak. They're not for the
No,
faint
it's a
of
lot of
heart.
work. You got to jump at the same time to get the same type of like level of
Yep.
picture.
I was like, okay, this is gonna be a fun time. It's worth it
Sweating and
though.
everything.
It's
Yeah,
worth it.
it
But I
is
mean,
worth it.
I think sometimes we are like, okay, well, the only movement that matters is if it's done in a gym and it's
Nope. It can look however you want it to look. And that's what I tell people. Make it about you. I'm just the messenger. So you create your own, routine and all that around what you want.
what's your favorite kind of like way to work out, move your body? What are you enjoying these days?
I'm a walker. I will
Yep.
walk. I don't care. I will walk 10 miles in a day. I just like being outside. So if the sun is out, I will be outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a walker too. I not in this heat wave we've got going
It
on right
is
now,
so
girl. 'Cause I was
hot. Yeah.
like Satan's butthole outside. No thank
Yeah.
you. I was like, absolutely. I've only been doing my walks like early in the morning or late at night because I'm like I can't do this
Mhm.
110-degree feel.
Yeah. I'm a 6 a.m. Girly for sure. Get it up and get
Yep.
out. Okay.
Yep. You've been in this online health space for like a really long time. I always love hearing from people like what are the things that you think people are getting wrong? What drives you nuts? Like what do you disagree with?
I would say, and this is like no shade to anybody, but the people that don't have the professional education, they don't have the medical background, and they speak and talk, and these people actually follow and listen, and then they do this, and then now they're wrecked. So then they come to people like me who have the background, and it's like, okay, we have to start over. So a lot of women
Mm,
undereat, and then they're like, well, I want to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, but we got to reverse diet. We got to like kind of go backwards. Like, and they don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to start eating more. I'm like, but in order to get your metabolism and get you kind of like reset, we do have to reverse diet because you can't really eat less than what you're eating now. So we got to flip it and go backwards. But it's like people think 1,200 calories is enough, 1,000 calories is enough. And I'm like, no, I can eat like 2,000 calories in a day and I still look the way that I look. So I would say just like miscommunication, misinformation that's being given from people that don't have the actual knowledge or experience. I mean, like I said, I know people, you can learn things. I definitely understand that. But having like a medical background with weight loss just helps out a little more because you understand the body, you understand when you should do things, when you should not. And the people that don't have that background are just kind of leading, it's like the blind leading the blind. So,
yeah, I can see that where it's like they are teaching from what maybe worked for them, but
yeah, but that's not, yeah.
that's not going to be a universal truth, girl.
No. People that have like high blood pressure, diabetes, like it's gonna look a little different for you than someone that just can like wake up and like not eat anything or like, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like on the flip side of this, because I know you and I have talked about this before, like there is a lot of things in the medical profession, the people who do have all the medical training that kind of reinforce some pretty terrible things, I think, when it comes to like weight loss. Maybe I mean, I know for me personally, the amount of times that I've just been like, take a GLP-1, they're like, oh wait, you're type 1 diabetic, you can't take one. I'm like, right. Like I think that there is a lot of times medical professionals who do know the stuff that oftentimes this is where I love nurse practitioners. I feel like y'all are the real deal of the medical world. Have you experienced any of that where you're like, maybe there isn't always the right education with those people, or maybe it's just laziness? What do you see it as?
I definitely see it as laziness. A lot of people just want to do like a one size fits all, and that's just not the way it is. We are all different. I could take something that works well for me, and then you could take the same thing and you don't get the results, or you get sick from it. It just depends. So I
Mm,
definitely think that I see people teaching and educating from just a broad standpoint. versus, this could work for you. This may not work for you. But instead of providing the education around that, it's just one, they just have like tunnel vision. Like I'm just talking, which is not bad, but like I said, in medicine, like everybody's individualized. So
Yeah.
personalization, I just feel like is best. Having someone that you can talk to close, especially if you're on a GLP-1. I always say, if your doctor prescribed you a GLP-1 and then you're coming to my page to ask me questions, I have a problem with that.
Mm.
You should be able to go and talk to your doctor about that. You should be able to ask your doctor questions. You shouldn't be able to come to me on social media. You don't know me. I'm on here with a white coat. You don't know that I'm a nurse practitioner, but you have been prescribed a medication from a doctor and you're not comfortable asking questions. So that's my biggest thing. Like, just providing that safe space for your patients and just really educating them based off of them and not just the whole.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely agree. Do you find that like nurse practitioners get more education than doctors around things like nutrition and health? Because it seems that y'all often are the ones that are really good at doing that. So like, do you know if there's a difference with that?
I've never looked at the curriculum for a doctor. I will say in nursing school, I did not have much nutrition
Mm.
education. It was all on me to educate myself. Number one. Number two, I think that nurses have better bedside manner. And when you start out as an RN and have to get your NP, you have to
Mm.
start that way. So we start out at the bedside. We bring them their meals. We work with the dietitians. We work with therapy. So we're in that. Doctors don't see that part.
Got it.
So once I
Got it.
become an NP, now I have the bedside manner. I know what happens in a nursing home, like during lunchtime and stuff like that. I see the meals. And then now I'm an NP. Now I have both sides. But with the doctor, I just don't know that they had to do that. So
Yeah, and probably even if they were given things, it was probably more in like a classroom setting, not necessarily I feel like the real life when you actually see how things affect patients and people, like that has to
mhm.
probably affect you a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I always think it's so interesting how different. Like I will always take whenever we recently moved and I was like, all right, I got to start over. I'm like, all right, who's got good nurse practitioners? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll skip the doctors. Give me a nurse
Definitely,
practitioner.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
are
And then
always the
a lot of
best.
times I don't think it's their fault. I just think that they're on such a time crunch and it's like, I have to get this done. I have to see my next patient. And they don't really think. And like I said, having the bedside manner as an RN definitely helps in the long
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have an idea called emotional luxury.
Yes.
I want to talk about this because I think this is very fascinating. Can you tell everybody what that concept is?
So I created that because at the end of the day, weight loss should be long term.
Mm.
If you want to keep weight off long term, you have to understand how it works in every setting. So if you go on vacation, and you're like, okay, we're going out to eat, but I really don't know what to do. I don't want to lose my progress. That's a problem. That's not emotional luxury. Being able to sit down at a table, order a meal, and know for a fact that you are not stressed out about regaining your weight back. You're not stressed out about, oh my God, that I break the rules, that I, not hit my macros. Like emotional luxury is being able to just live and be happy with yourself, be happy in your body. You know exactly what to do. This has been a lifestyle change for you. And you can walk around and eat pizza, and people are looking like, how are you eating pizza and you look so good? It's like, I know what to do behind the scenes.
Mm.
Having the emotional luxury just to be able to just like chill out and know, like, I'm good. Like, I've reached a point where I'm not dieting. I'm not taking detox teas. I'm not fasting. I'm not trying to drop 20 pounds before I go on vacation. Like, I'm set and I'm good and I'm always prepared type of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you and we spent a couple days together at the beginning of the year at a retreat, and it was very interesting to hear you talk about that and to think back to that because it's right. Every meal, oftentimes I was near you. You ordered whatever you ordered. There was no stress for you, like visibly, like you just very clearly know what to do and what works for your body. And I think for a lot of people that is stressful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people freak out and they're like, "Well, how do you eat ice cream?" And I'm like, "How? What do you mean? Like it's just ice cream, but I'm not eating ice cream after I went out for dinner and had drinks with, 5 tacos and then queso and chips and then for breakfast I had Chick-fil-A. Like I don't compile all this up in one day. Like I've learned and, said like if I want Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A is not going nowhere. I can get Chick-fil-A later. I don't have to do all these things in one day. Having self-control,
Yes.
moderation, like you have to have that. It's just not going to work if you don't have that.
Yeah, I really do think moderation is such a like underutilized thing of like, I mean, that's been my life for ever since I was diagnosed with diabetes, that like it's not that I can't have something, it's just that I have to be smarter about how I choose to have it. And not that I wish diabetes on everybody in that sense, but like I definitely feel like it has affected the way I think about food and then alternately like everything in my life. It's like, oh, I don't have to respond to that text message from that person right now. I can like they're still gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like I can
Mhm.
respond in 5 minutes. I don't there's a less of a stress around feeling the need to do everything right at once. It's more of
Yeah,
like, okay, I can make choices of like today or tomorrow or whatever. Like for me,
exactly. Yeah.
I
It's
love
like,
champagne. Champagne doesn't love me, but it
right.
doesn't mean I don't ever have it. It just means I'm smart about it.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You have it in moderation. You have it here and there. I'm not doing it every single day. And like I tell people, I'm like, you have to learn how to read labels because you think a little piece of cake, oh, it's just a little piece of cake. No, it's 500 calories.
Yep.
And now you're like, I want another piece. So then now you have 1,000 calories in just cake. Like, no wonder you can't lose weight. You're overeating massively and you don't realize it.
Yeah, because it's like you're like the size of something. You're like, it's so tiny. How can it be
Yeah.
so bad?
Oh, no, it is. It's a lot of calories and a lot
Or
of
like
sugar.
even drinks. I feel like drinks are like alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Like I
Mhm.
think that we don't necessarily know, but it's also we're not taught this. We're not taught this in school.
Yeah.
We're taught algebra that I've never once in my entire life used. But
Yeah.
had I been taught in seventh grade around, the way your body works and the way metabolism works, or like recently I was talking with a friend that I didn't know that your ovaries basically stop working in menopause. Like that's basically what causes menopause. And I was like, and she literally said the sentence to me. She's like, I heard it from a podcast, but she's like, my mind is blown. If you have something medically wrong where an organ in your body stops working, we treat it before the organ fails,
Yep.
except in menopause. And I was like, but we don't know this. Like, I didn't know that's how menopause worked. And I've been had my period for, 20 years at this point. Like we don't,
Exactly.
we're not taught about our bodies. And I'm sure for you, that has to be frustrating because it's like people probably have all these misconceived notions about things that aren't true.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's frustrating because it's like you said, in high school or whatever, in grade school, like we could have been taught about these things, but instead we're taught about things that we don't really use. And your body is a machine at the end of the day. When
Yep.
things stop working, you fix machines, right? Like if they stop working. So like your body should be the same or some type of education. But it's a lot of things just get swept under the rug. It's like, oh, this is normal. And it's like, not really, but it's what
Doesn't
happens,
have to
but
be
it's not
normal.
normal. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be your normal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely, I think, ugh, so many things that we just say. It's like, oh, well, I've been like that for forever. Okay. That doesn't mean that has to be the way you live the rest of your life though. Like
Exactly.
there are other options.
Yeah,
Ugh.
exactly.
Yeah. I feel like there's so many things that I'm sure people like have to ask you. What is your like most favorite myth to bust for people around health?
Um, my favorite myth to
Like
bust.
something people come to all the time and you're like, yeah, that's not fucking true.
Um, hmm, I would say, and like a lot of women say this, they're like, I can't lift weights, I'm gonna get bulky. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's not gonna happen. Like, you're not taking any supplements. Like those people that are bulky are like bodybuilders. They are in a strategic plan. They eat certain things at certain times. They get bulky for like you're not just gonna accidentally get bulky. Like you're gonna look toned, you're gonna look good. Like you're not gonna be bulky. When people say that, I'm just like, no, no.
It's just like, where did you learn that idea from?
Yeah, it's like no.
Oh no. Yeah, I've heard people say that. Like, oh, I don't like to go to the gym. I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to be bulky. Huh.
Mm-mm. Girl, you better lift them weights and build that muscle because when you get older, you want to be able to get up off the floor if you need to.
Yep, yep. Because it is true. It's like your body, if you don't move it, you lose it, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I used to be just a wedding photographer, I'd have, 3 or 4 months out of the year where I'd be slammed busy and then followed by 3 or 4 months where I was really nothing to do and then followed by 3 or 4. And it was crazy how like during wedding season, I could throw cameras around, like did not matter. But when I would come back after a break, even though it'd only been maybe 2, 3, 4 months, I'm like, oh my God, how did I do this? But it's like I didn't do those motions for several months, and it's all of a sudden you have to rebuild that memory back, and it's like, imagine being old. As we get older, those things become harder and harder and harder to do.
Yeah. And they just sit. All they do is sit. They're sitting in a chair. They're laying in bed. It's like, you got to get up and move or you're not going to be able to walk in 6 months.
Yep. When you said you worked a lot, you still work a lot with older people? Is that
Yeah, I
like,
do. Hmm.
okay. What have you learned from older people that you wish more people understood about health other than movement?
Um, that if you're blessed enough to make it that far in life to be older, take care of yourself now at your younger age. So when you are older, you're not, like I said, depending on people to like take you to the bathroom, wipe your butt, help you shower, like that stuff matters. And it's like when you're so young, you don't see that. Like right now, you might not be worried about that right now, but in 30 years, 40 years, like you want to be able to take care of yourself. If you have grandkids, you want to be able to run around with your grandkids. You want to be able to travel. You don't want to have to get pushed around in a wheelchair. Like you don't want to be the person that's like, hold on, we got to wait for so-and-so. Like, no, you want to be able to keep up.
Yeah, yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. I want to talk to you a little bit about our photo shoot together because I feel like there is such a correlation, at least to me, around the way in which you approach health and
Mm-hmm.
fitness and weight loss, and the fact that like it's simple, it's easy, but it's also very customized. And the fact that you, for your photo shoot, you didn't go with something that was like safe and easy. You kind of did the thing that felt the most like you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to somebody who is like thinking of doing a brand shoot or redoing their brand? You obviously, for anybody who's not seen any of your photos or is not familiar with you, we fully lived our Meg the Stallion vision. She
Oh
had like
yeah.
leather coats, there were bikinis, there was like a metal staircase. Like it was a whole ass vibe. And it wasn't what I think people expect from a nurse practitioner who teaches about weight loss. Why did you want to go that direction? Like why?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I just wanted it to be me. That is me. Like fashion, I love fashion, even though I'm into like weight loss and wellness, immediately fashion after. Like I love clothes, I love shoes, I love accessories. That is my thing. And I wanted to make sure that people saw me in my photo shoot and not just like another person in a white coat. Cause that's all I ever see is like scrubs and a white coat. Like I wanted it to be like, okay, she has like style. Like this is her. Like I like this, I wanted people to
She's a hot
understand me.
nurse practitioner.
Yeah, fashionable.
And I also think too, though, that like you are in some way selling what people like, if somebody works with you, that like the body that they could have, like the
Yeah,
fact that you do eat, like you said, ice cream, you do have this life. And yet, here you are in a blue bikini looking like Meg the Stallion on a metal staircase, like looking like a freaking supermodel, and you still do things that like maybe other people would say like, oh, you can't do that, you're not allowed to have that, you can't have pizza. Like I love, we got you pizza and you were eating it in like the hallway and like lingerie, like who does that? But you do that because it's an expression of you, and I thought that was so fun and different. And I don't know, I wish more people would be willing to actually live their life the way they want to, because had you not done all the things that you now teach people, you probably wouldn't have done that photo shoot. But what would a
exactly.
photo shoot have looked for you 60 pounds ago? Not that.
Oh no, I would have been covered up. I would have been like, just scrubs and a white coat. Let's just do business casual. Like, no, let's go in a bikini because I practice what I preach. And a lot of people, a lot of medical providers, they don't. I hate to say that they don't. They prescribe medicine and they're on the same pills. And I'm like, okay, well,
Mm.
what are you doing? Like, are you doing anything different? Like, don't tell me to go outside and walk and change my lifestyle when you're on blood pressure medicine and diabetes medicine as well. Like, I don't think that's fair.
No, no.
Mm-mm.
I I I think there's something really true about the fact of like there's an authenticity that's needed in a lot of spaces. Like, when I've had a doctor or anybody tell me something that, like they're like, oh, you should do this. And it's very clear that they're not also doing that. It's like, well, why would I listen to you when you don't listen to you?
Exactly. Yeah. Practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach, baby.
Mhm.
We're often told that building something important requires us to do this or that. And as we were talking about, it's a lie. What do you think you've needed to do to build, like, what did you think you needed to do in the beginning when you started building your own business that, like, you've since sort of let go of?
I would just say being super professional and
Mhm.
like just being like, well, I can't say this because I'm a nurse practitioner, or like I have to show up in my white coat because I'm an NP. Like, no, my hair is not done half of the time. Like sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I don't wear makeup. I'm never in a white coat actually. So like if I pick up my phone to record, it is because I'm like, oh, I thought about something. Let me say this really quick. But at the end of the day, I used to think like, well, I can't pick up my phone until I have my white coat. My white coat's at home. So then I end up not recording anything at all. So it's
Mm,
like, I don't have to. I am a professional. I know who I am. I know my credentials. I have them. The Board of Ohio has given me all of my stuff. But at the end of the
yep.
day, like I am still a human. I am a normal person. I am a 35-year-old girl. Like I like to drink. I like to party. I like to travel. Like, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
girl.
I'm still a professional.
And I think that it's less and less, I think, but I still feel like it shows up in like really insidious ways where like we still feel like there are things that we're supposed to do as online businesses where it's like, oh, we have to present this way, or like your content should look like this, or
Mhm.
whatever it is. And most of it's bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. I used to get hung up on like I have to have the perfect graphic and all that. And like now I just like type stuff on my IG story, save it, and that's like the carousel. Like it doesn't have to be like in Canva with like all the perfect letters and stuff. Like
Nope.
no one
Nope.
cares.
No, and like I think that the businesses that are having that really curated content are often people that have the size business to afford somebody else to do that.
Absolutely.
They're not spending their time making
No, I hired a VA
fancy.
this year and that was like the best thing I've ever done. And she makes a lot of my graphics. But before that, I wasn't doing all of that. I just was like, keep it simple. I don't have time. I still work a full-time job. So
Yeah, and I was gonna say I wanted to talk to you about that. So you have your full-time nursing job, and then
mhm.
you obviously have your society that you are building and a bunch of different fun offers. So I know you'd mentioned that there's a bundle. Talk to us about how people can work with you. Tell us all the fun, juicy things with that.
So I created a bundle specifically for this. So it is my fat loss freedom crash course and it's bundled with my grocery tour. So like I said, you have to learn how to read labels. You have to understand that. And I know it sounds boring, but I promise you, once you get it and once you learn it, you will not unsee it and you will go to the store and you're going to be like, I can't eat that. Like that's it's just too many calories. I'm not willing to do that. So I bundled those two together so that they could understand how to grocery shop, how I grocery shop. It's how I lost 60 pounds and kept it off. And then the fat loss freedom crash course is like, just like rapid fire, like, okay, it's about nutrition. It's about the labels, my healing focus plate method, the 5 minute rule. They get a workout. They get my framework, the at home hourglass project, my entire framework on like how to like build up pretty much like body recomp. So you build up and then you go into a cut, but then you slowly transition back into like your normal lifestyle. So that way you're not continuously in a cut. So they get all that in like a big bundle.
Oh, that's so fun. I will be linking to Ashley's all the places you can find her and find out about her work in the show notes, and you can reach out to her about that. Um, when you think about building your own business, a lot of the audience for this is going to be entrepreneurs. And I think that sometimes we entrepreneurs get so like siloed where it's like I take advice from business coaches because I'm a business coach. I take advice from fitness coaches because I'm a fitness coach. And oftentimes I think that some of the magic is like in the hearing how somebody else does things in their brand that's in a totally different niche than you. And, you and I obviously met because of somebody that's in a different niche than you. And I think that's so cool. What do you wish that other people knew about business that are not in your niche? What is something that you feel like you've learned that about owning your own business, starting your own business, growing a business online?
I would say number one, I feel like a lot of people think like, well, someone else is doing it, so it's saturated. There's not a you. And I had to tell myself that there's not a me. Like there are people that do weight loss, but they don't do it like me. There are people that teach nutrition and all that, but they don't do it like me. So just keeping that in mind, like you are special. There is a specific audience for you. You just have to speak to those people. Just be yourself and you'll find people that are just like you,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. And I think it's so fun too, because like a lot of times I think fitness people have like a very certain persona, like weight loss people. They're very like, "Ah, in your face and oh my God." And like you're not that. And I love that about you.
Yeah, I'm very, very mild.
You're like just, you're really funny. But like it's not this like in your face, over the top personality. And I've always like appreciate that about you because you don't have to have this like persona to be successful. You can just be you.
Exactly. And I used to think like, oh my God, like my voice is so like, I won't say monotone, but just very calm. And it's like, I don't yell. Like if I do, it's like random, but most of the time, like 99% of the time, I'm pretty chill.
I actually can't imagine you yelling at somebody.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Get her in the wrong mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, you, as you said, you have a more monotone, maybe more calm presence. And I don't
Mhm.
know. I love that about you. And I think
I
that
appreciate that. Thank you. Cause I used to struggle with that a lot.
no. And I love your freaking wacky fashion sense that's like just so high fashion and amazing. And I hope that you all listening to this will go and check out her pictures because oh my God,
Yeah, the
she's an
pictures.
icon.
I looked at them yesterday. I'm just like, I just love these pictures. They're so good.
And I think people sometimes get so twisted too around like what I do, where it's like it has to be this like fully produced and like we had a plan. You and I had like a shared, we talked all the details beforehand, but like the day of the shoot, we just had a lot of fun. And like I think that is, you know, when you do something that feels authentic to you, whether it's in weight loss, whether it's in a photo shoot, whether it's however you're building your life, when you're doing stuff that actually works for you, it's so much easier. And
Absolutely. It's
dude,
fun.
yeah, we had a blast. That red coat will live in my dreams. It will
Oh my
have to
God.
make an appearance at a future photo shoot because
I will never forget that coat.
that coat. I've had 2 clients be like, "Where's that coat from?"
Oh, I will tell them it's so good and it's so heavy. It was freezing in Chicago and I wore that and I was warm. I was good.
Yeah, it was. And the boots. Ah, so many good things. So many good things. Okay, so what I'm going to be ending most of the episodes on is a rapid round of some really fun questions. They will change slightly sometimes, but for the most part, I'm probably going to keep them pretty much the same. So, are you ready for a rapid round?
Yeah.
You can answer. Your answer does not have to be super quick if you don't want it to be. Tell the people whatever you want about any of these.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Okay, you are walking out on stage to speak in front of thousands of people. What is your walkout song?
Oh, definitely Megan Thee Stallion. It's probably gonna be inappropriate for
That's
sure.
fine. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go Megan Thee Stallion Thought Shit. That's my favorite
Yes.
song.
Yes. Is that one of your favorite workout songs?
Yes.
Yeah, same. I was going to say there was some Meg Thee Stallion song that we played at your shoot.
That was it. That's all.
No. It was
No?
another one. It was some acronym.
Oh, R&B. It was her and Young Dolph. That's my
Yeah,
song.
that song lives in my memory as well. Okay. What did you get in trouble for as a kid that you still do and you swear it's why you're successful?
Oh God, what did I get in trouble for? Honestly, I feel like I got in trouble for being quiet. I don't know. I was a
You get in
very
trouble
like not quiet, but just like if something happened, I was just very like, well, okay. Like it's pretty much how I am now. Like the house is on fire, but I'm like mowing the grass. Like that's me.
But now as an adult, that sets you apart because you're not the same as everybody else.
Exactly. That's true.
There you go. What's the worst advice that you're given that you want to save the rest of us from?
Fake it till you make it. I would say. I feel like a lot of people say that, but like if I would have faked it, I wouldn't have been myself. And I just don't think I would have got where I'm at now.
Probably wouldn't have lost all your 60 pounds and built the business you've built now. No.
Nope. No.
I like that. What is your favorite part of your brand?
I love that people can just like do what they do and it's like they still get the same results, but like everyone lives their own like different lives, but like the result is the same. Like you lose the weight, you're happy, you keep it off, but like someone might lose it by just walking. Some people lose it by going to HIIT workouts and lifting weights. Some people lose it by jumping around in the living room with their kids. Like everybody is different, but we all have the same end goal.
I love that. Are you a window or an aisle seat or a middle seat, which would be weirdo, on a plane?
I'm definitely a window seat and I'm like the exit row too. I buy my seat because I'm like, no. I don't want people trying to hop over me. Just put me by the window because I'm not going to get up to pee. I'm just not.
Same. Your favorite snack, like actual favorite?
Definitely a Reese cup. That's like my favorite. Yeah.
Peanut butter. That's my kind of girl. What is a song you are currently obsessed with?
Oh, a song that I'm obsessed with. Shoot. I would say I like a song with a nice beat. So this guy named Strizzo has this song called Up Down. I love that song. Okay. Play that and I'm like, I'll dance.
Okay, Up Down. I'm gonna have to go find that. All right. What is one thing you want to become better at in the second half of 2026?
I would say feeling like I'm like selling, but not feeling like I'm selling. I don't feel like I sometimes get my point across sometimes. I don't know. Maybe not, but I feel like just getting better at that. I feel like you can always be better at that. So.
Okay. I like that. What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
Anything
Anything
in life. I hate when there's like water on the floor and I step in it with my sock on. That pisses me off.
It's such a niche response. I love it. I'm leaving that. Okay.
That pisses me off. Or like if someone touches the refrigerator handle with like stuff on their fingers and it's dried up and then I go and touch it, I can't stand that.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say we have like a ice maker that goes rogue, so like sometimes it'll spit out an ice cube like after 5 minutes after you like you'll hear it at the floor, but I won't always go to pick it up. And the amount of times that Jordan has stepped her socked foot in that's hilarious. Because it's so true. It's a good pet peeve. If I told you that I'm gonna buy you one absolutely ridiculous expensive thing, what am I buying you? Any price.
I'm saying a mansion.
Where is this mansion? Tell us more.
Oh, in Florida. Definitely in Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Are we oceanfront?
Actually, like a penthouse. I would love a penthouse.
Like a big like skyscraper building with like a cool view.
Penthouse, huge. I have my own like section that's like a walk-in closet with like all of my things, like a 2-story closet. Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay, so I'm buying her a mansion. Got it. Okay. I love asking that to even just random people. I think it's such a fun question. Shout out 1 or 2 people that you are totally obsessed with right now. These could be clients, they could be people you're working with, anybody you want to give a little shout out to.
I would definitely say my sister, obsessed with her always, and then my friend Gabby. Yeah, those are my 2. They've been holding me down. I got some shit going on, so.
We love a sister. I love my sister too. Okay, and then the intro to this podcast is your power is begging you to play. So final question of rapid round. Where do you think your power is begging you to play?
Oh, where's my power begging me to play? Oh my goodness. I don't know.
What is
I would
something
say like getting a little more spicy.
Ooh, yes.
Because I be having some shit to say and sometimes I just ate it and so, yeah.
You and I can be on that one together. I feel like I have a lot of spicy shit that I say out loud to Jordan, but does not make its way, which is why I have a podcast now, because we have given me a microphone and that feels a little dangerous. Maybe you need a podcast. Maybe some more TikToks.
I'm in the process of creating a podcast. It'll be like a YouTube channel podcast type of thing. So
I love that. Okay. So that's, I guess, where your power is.
That's where, got some stuff to say,
Get it out there. We all want to hear it. Okay. We're going to end with a favorite success story of a client. I want you to tell us about somebody that you have worked with that has seen incredible results from your work together.
I actually just had someone write me the other day. She started off at 240 pounds and she's down to like 162.
Wow.
Her A1, she started off on medication, but like I said, I did not play about like the whole medication natural thing. We had to do both. And she always says that my education, my tips, like just me being there for her has helped her keep her weight off. And this has been over 3 years. She went from 240 to 162 pounds and her A1C is like 4. And it was like way higher, like double than that, almost triple than that. So the A1C is down. She's diabetes. She's clear from that. She's happy. She looks good. Like when I say good, I'm just like, I cannot believe, like I need to see her. Nice. I need to get my hands on her.
That is the absolute freaking best. Like I said, I will be linking your Instagram and TikTok in the show notes. Is there anything else you want to add to the lovely people of the Am-A-Lot podcast before we head off?
Just be you, do you, what's wrong, what's too much, what's excessive. So just, work on being better, work on one thing, conquer one thing. And then from there, you can conquer something else. One little habit snowballs. So just remember that.
Yeah. Be a lot, not eat a lot.
Exactly.
I was like, well, we'll go with that. All right, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast with Ashley. Please go follow her, hire her, be inspired by her, and also check out all the magic from her shoot over on my Instagram. And as always, please be a lot. And I will see you all next time.
Begging you to play.